Let's open stylebindings4.html. I gave the wrong number to the file actually, but it's okay. Here we have a progress bar and a range input. Now what we have to do here is increasing the progress bar when we drag the range from left to the right, or vice versa. Alright, let's go to our editor and open stylebindings4.html. Here, what we need to change is the CSS width property dynamically, and we need to perform style bindings here, and maybe we also need to change the text here. The first thing we're going to do is to bind this range input, and we can define a property inside the data property. So let's define data, and inside it, let's define width, and let's set 0 by default. Next, let's perform model binding to the input by adding vModel equal width, then let's style binding the progress bar. Pass object as argument. Here, let's define with the CSS property. And for the value, we can take from with the property, concatenate it with %. So again, for CSS property, we can write it like this, or use quotation marks like this, but it's not mandatory as long as the CSS property is in one word. Then here we can show the width as a text. Okay, let's save and have a look. Now if we try dragging the range input, as you can see, the width of the progress bar changes or increasing as you see in here. Its value will be synced with the value of the range input. Next, let's open stylebindings5.html. Here we have a heading. Then below that we have some style options that we can apply to this heading. Okay, let's go back to our editor, then open stylebindings5.html. As you can see here, we have several select elements. Then in data property, there are several sets of style definitions. Style 1, background white, Style 2, color black, Style 3, border 2 pixels, and Style 4 is text transformation. Now, what we have to do here is apply these 4 styles dynamically to the heading. So, the first thing that we need to do here is to bind the 4 styles to the select elements here. So, let's make selection to all select opening tags. Once selected, we can add vModel, then pass in each style. Let's start from cell 1. Here we need to change the background color property. Then for style 2, we can bind to the color property. Then for style 3, we can bind to the border property. And the last, for style 4, we can bind to text transform property. So what we do here is to dynamically change the values of each style. Next, let's apply each style to this heading element. Here we add style binding, pass an array as argument, and inside the array, we just add style 1, style 2, style 3, and style 4. So, all these styles will be merged into one CSS style definition and applied to the heading. Save. Now, let's try to change the background color to red, green, and blue. Then, for the text color, let's change to white or yellow. For border, we can also change, for example, to 4 pixels, 8 pixels. For the text, let's try to change to capitalize, uppercase, and lowercase. Okay, that's all about style binding. I'll see you in the next lesson.